against Italy. Now, Domenico Valentino, the Italian, is ranked #1 here. The Ukrainian, Vasyl Lomachenko, another very powerful and experienced boxer. Castle, interesting to note that Lomachenko of the Ukraine here has a whole host of titles, World Championship, Olympic and World Junior Championship to his name at a lower weight.
Yeah, this kid is just continuing to get better and better. Vasyl Lomachenko is perhaps the most shiniest star in this tournament. He has really continued to beat everyone that they put in front of him. And with only one loss in his amateur career, and that to Albert Selimov, his arch nemesis from the Olympic Games in 2008, who got disqualified and knocked out of this tournament early on. The man standing in his way is Domenico Valentino right now, ranked #1 in the world, and extremely sharp. It's
a matchup that a lot of people have been waiting patiently to see, Castle, because the Italian is the defending world champion, taking the gold medal in front of an ecstatic crowd in Milan 2 years ago. They haven't met many times before as we take a look at French Schmark, the German referee. And this is a bout that we have all been waiting to see. Valentino, the more senior of the two boxers, 27 years of age to age 23 to Lomachenko. And of course, Valentino, part of the World Series of Boxing Milan team, the Milan Thunder as they're known, Dolce & Gabbana Milan Thunder. So Valentino, a boxer that's broadening his skills, and it should be very interesting to see how Lomachenko in the blue deals with Valentino in the red. Lomachenko, Castle, almost an identical height, almost both actually identical in weight naturally, but also both quite powerfully built. Great muscle definition on the shoulders and in the arms, and that shows that there's a mighty punch behind both of these boxers.
That's right, and not just the physical makeup, but also the knowledge of knowing how to throw a punch correctly. You know, a lot of people see a muscle-bound guy, like perhaps you would call these guys fairly muscular, and assume that they could punch, but to be honest with you, they can, but it's because they know how to throw a proper punch. These guys know the weight and the power comes from through the foot, up the leg, through the hip, and with the proper pivoting and the turning of the shoulder. And you could see how beautiful, how clean these punches are. These could be perhaps two of the most pure boxer punchers, not just boxers, but boxer punchers, which adds an element of intrigue to this matchup.
Well, Valentino, a huge success in the World Series of Boxing, which starts its new season in November, running through the new year to the finals towards the end of April. And Lomachenko, the Ukrainian, moving up the weights, Castle, something that happens naturally with age or something that the boxer chooses to do?
You know, it really depends. Sometimes they can control it depending on where they are in their maturation process, their physical maturation process. There is a lot of flexibility. These guys are perhaps the most finely tuned athletes in the world at this level. I'd be hard-pressed to find a boxer in better shape. But, yeah, in this instance, it's more likely than not a tactical decision.
Well, a couple of point scores from both, as we've seen. A lot of sizing up, but for me, the Italian, Valentino, has been putting in the more aggressive work, definitely on the attack. And there you see another good combination and another good point score from Valentino in the red. Lomachenko immediately trying to get back.
Not a good place for Lomachenko to be here. He should be using his feet to get out of that. He's probably been there before, but it's not where he wants to stay. He wants to be on the attack. I'd like to see a little more activity from Lomachenko to use some of the boxing smarts and the wiles that he's gained through the years. At this point, he seems like he's letting Valentino dictate the pace a little bit.
And Valentino's picking off the punches quite nicely. You talk of ring work costs. Oh, there's a lovely hook from the Ukrainian. Caution from the referee, and there goes the bell for the first round. Closely matched between both of these boxers, as expected. And I think we'll see the game plan unfold a little more clearly in the second round.
Take a look at the way that Valentino is staying on Lomachenko. He's sort of smothering him a little bit. Lomachenko needs a little more space to really use that fancy footwork and those angles that he does so well. And Valentino doing a really good job at sort of smothering him and taking away those advantages from Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko is going to need to adjust his game plan just a little in round 2.
And that reflects in the scores. 4-3. The Italian goes one ahead of the Ukrainian Vasyl Lomachenko. Still very close. And now the second round, which is often the pivotal point of the bout, is away. Sizing up is over. Working out the tactical plan of your opponent is over. Now it's time to start putting some serious points on the board, and we see that in the first few seconds.
Yeah, Lomachenko realizes he's already had himself with his back against the wall earlier in this tournament, where he found himself at a loss to the Brazilian, only to have that overturned due to a protest. He doesn't want to take any more chances. He's not looking to protest anything. He's looking to win this clear and outright. And look at the way Valentino bullying Lomachenko once again and pushing him up against the ropes, trying to exert his physical superiority, his dominance over the Ukrainian. And wow, unbelievably, without much in the way of caution, Valentino is issued a warning, perhaps for roughhousing. Wasn't entirely clear.
Well, that warning, which was clearly indicated by the referee, means 2 points are added to the score of Lomachenko. And all of a sudden, with Valentino starting to feel confident and feel in control, the bout turns, the table turns. And now Lomachenko not only in front, but trying to take that advantage even further.
Yeah, perhaps that roughhousing tactic by Valentino will no longer work, and he's going to have to resort back to boxing. And now look at the punches with bunches. I mean, Lomachenko just really letting his hands go. And Valentino's going to need to start using a little more lateral movement and not be a stable fixture for which Lomachenko could start to tee off on. Nice to stick and move there. Good job by Valentino, throwing punches and getting out of the way.
Well, incredible how the caution from the referee has changed the outlook of this match. And Valentino almost having to start all over again. Both boxers sticking to their plan. No change in tactic, it seems, from here, from either. But Lomachenko, who had a very good, and again, good combinations from the Ukrainian. And he's showing us some of the skills that brought him Olympic gold 3 years ago in Beijing.
Yeah, his hands are just so fast, Lomachenko. I mean, it's unbelievable how he could get his hands out and then get back to a great defensive position. Look how high he keeps his hands. He's very difficult to hit. Give credit to Valentino for having even scored the points he has through the first round.
And again, Valentino, quick with the combination, but into the guard. That one seemed to go through. 20 seconds left on the clock. And Lomachenko again, good body blows from the Ukrainian. And then exactly the same from Valentino. It's almost punch for punch, combination for combination. Whatever you can do, I can do better approach from these boxers.
That's right. Valentino asks a question and Lomachenko has the answer, and then right back they flip it the other way.
Well, I think Lomachenko can feel confident there. Some very impressive combinations, but also for holding the caution from the referee to Valentino gives that Lomachenko another 2 points on top of some impressive scoring punches.
Yeah, you know what? The worst thing you could do, first of all, is get matched up against a guy like Vasyl Lomachenko. The second worst thing you could do once you find yourself in the ring with that man is to give him 2 easy points vis-a-vis a warning, because you're already doubling your poor luck, your unfortunate situation as is.
And look how the story changes now. Lomachenko is at 5 clear of the Italian, who was looking and feeling very confident. 9-3. Taking that bout. That round, I should say. So, third and final round. What has Valentino got to offer for us? The Italians have had a tough World Championships with their world ranked #1 super heavyweight, being knocked out in the quarterfinals, and is Lomachenko going to do the same to their top lightweight boxer?
Yeah, I get the sense that Lomachenko is going to continue to keep the pressure on. He doesn't want to take any chances. He's not going to get on his bicycle. He's going to stay there and fight. And you know what? Valentino is going to keep on it also. This is going to really be an interesting round to see if Valentino could find those angles, keep the pressure on Lomachenko. It's a very tall order indeed. You may recall, Nick, in the first round, Valentino was able to surprise Lomachenko with a couple of unexpected punches. They didn't come off of jabs, they came off of feints. There was a few angles, some good footwork. I'd like to see Valentino get back to that in the final 2 minutes. He really has no other way to do it. That should engender a caution at the very least from the judge. That was a referee. That was a somewhat of a cheap shot by Lomachenko. However, Valentino seemingly unfazed.
Well, again, Valentino needs to be careful. He's already been given 1 caution and given the 2 points away. And that's what turned the nature of this bout. The Italian, with 1 minute 30 left on the 3-minute round.
Not sure if it's a sign of Valentino getting a little tired, but his hands are way down now. Look at Lomachenko's hands up high and Valentino's down, as he looks like he's maybe grasping for a little air there, and this is the wrong time to be running out of steam.
And if we've spotted it, you can guarantee Vasyl Lomachenko has spotted it.
Very little margin for error, about 0.01% went in there with Vasyl Lomachenko.
Oh, again, great work with the left hand from the Ukrainian.
So much of those beautifully clean punches by Lomachenko actually come from his feet. They look like they come from the hands. Actually, the cameramen usually don't even show the feet, as you can see here, but it's the footwork of Lomachenko that makes it so opportune for him. He's able to get inside and throw punches and get out before his opponent even recognizes that he was in his grill.
20 seconds. And the Ukrainian fans start to count with the clock, and the Olympic champion once again has kept calm, cool and collected. Struggling a little maybe, I'm sure he won't put it that way in the first round. A silly mistake and a caution for Valentino in the second allowed Lomachenko to draw clear, and he's controlled the third round, and that's a tactical play in World Championship boxing. And for me here, it's Lomachenko who will go through to the final. It will be a big surprise to see Valentino not only take that round, but also take it with enough points to depose the Ukrainian.
You know, I mean, it was really nice to see Valentino come out the way he did in the first round. It was unexpected, and I didn't think he would actually take the lead over Lomachenko, but he did. And although it was only a point, it seemed like perhaps a portent of things to come. However, not to be outdone, Vasyl Lomachenko, as he always seems to do, not only found out a way to win, but found a way to win convincingly. And you're right, I think at this point it's just a matter of how many points. And look at the great sportsmanship from the two. Nice to see, like, two buddies who will go out for a walk in the park after this.
And there is the confirmation. Vasyl Lomachenko in the lightweight division is the first of the semi-finalists to progress to the last round of these World Championships. Great sportsmanship from Valentino of Italy. He knew he'd been outboxed. 17-11, the final score. And Ukraine have a boxer into the last round of the men's lightweight division. 4-3 to the Italian in the opening round, but didn't he bounce back with great skill? 9-3, 5-4. And the warning for Valentino turned the tables, and it is Lomachenko who goes through.